What is this youngin' doing, Tim Henson from Polyphia, and how is he doing it? We're going to take a look. Let's go. Okay, so even in the first couple of moments, he's doing some wonderful things. He's tapping on an electric acoustic Ibanez guitar. So that's pretty exciting. He obviously has some effects or things that are helping him sound his music without plucking using his fingers. Also, you'll notice he's not using a pick in this first part of the video. He's using his classical guitar fingers, if you will, P-I-M-A, which I talk about in another video. Let's go on. Do you notice how he, like a bass player, slaps his lowest string, his lowest bass string? That's very common, or not common. That's very what you'll find. That's what you'll find in bass guitar players. They do a slap, boom, 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 up. They do a nice slap on the bass to get this wonderful sound. He's doing a bit of that here. He's also covering the entirety of the fretboard, which is a wonderful thing for you and I to learn and emulate. It's wonderful to see him do his runs. I think it's also really kind of wonderful for you and I because he's using a 6-string guitar in standard tuning. So it's not a 7-string, it's not an 8-string, he's using a 6-string, which is available to you and I. The techniques he's using are things that we like to talk and teach here, and that you can learn if you have 8 to 10 hours a day to practice. Because I think that's really going to be the key, or part of the key, to his tremendous success and skill is practice. I love that. You also hear throughout this portion, this verse that he's playing, a lot of harmonics that you and I, again, can get right, hovering our finger over the top of a string in its distance, in various distances on that string. You know, when I talk about performance practice, we talk about not looking at our fretboard, but I find a nice tip is if you kind of stare at the location you want to move to, your fingers kind of go there and stop there, just like catching a ball in your mitt or a football or something. So oftentimes we'll want to keep our eyes on the fretboard to move our hand to that specific location. And obviously, although he looks at the camera on occasion, he's also looking at his fretboard as he's doing right here, which can help, again, get our fingers in the right frets when we play. I don't know a lot about Tim Henson. I was introduced by my director to Tim Henson just to try to break me out of the Led Zeppelin circle I've been in for decades. But I'm very impressed with his playing. I would imagine he's been classically trained. He's a classical guitar player. One of the aspects of classical teaching, and we actually teach it here, is getting the thumb around the back of the neck of the guitar, which maximizes your reach on the fretboard, allowing you to play multiple notes in multiple locations and at a higher speed. And if you notice, I haven't seen his thumb pop around the top one time so far. I may have missed it, but I haven't noticed it so far. I would also make the case of classical music training because of the length of his fingernails on his picking hand, the P-I-M-A. It's one of the giveaways of a classical guitarist. They'll have short fingernails on their fretting hand and longer fingernails on their plucking hand or strumming hand. Not hearing all of Polyphia's music, I don't know if this is a song that's on an album with his bandmates or if there's a singer associated with the song. You can hear various melody lines, which is kind of cool when you're listening to a song where you start thinking about how you might play a lead to a song like this, although he's able to carry the song on his own in its entirety. But it's fun to think about it from a lead guitar player and even a vocalist or a bass player, just to hear different lines that you might complement and contribute to what he is playing. You know, there's so much we can learn from any style of music. And when you have time, listen to all styles. You may not care for Polyphia. You may love country, you may love jazz, but we can learn so much from all guitarists who have taken a craft like playing guitar to this level of playing. You'll also notice that on his fretting hand, there are many times that he will bar a couple of strings, which will aid you and I when we play in playing multiple notes at a higher speed just by barring. You can bar all 6 strings. If you have your fingers are long enough and you're so inclined, you can bar 3 or 2 or whatever it may be. But you'll notice that through this video, as he is playing, he is barring many of the frets. You can also see certain kinds of harmonies that he's adding, such as octaves. I think there might be some fourths in here, maybe some fifths, but certainly octaves. And that can also add to our lead guitar playing. And it's really something magical that he's doing, quite frankly. That style of finger picking, which again, classical guitar, you can hear a nice pop on it. You can really use your strumming or picking fingers of your right hand if you're right-handed, or left hand if you're left-handed, to really add some additional volume dynamics to it, such as that pop that you hear from him just pulling and snapping on the string via his fingernail, or if you're like me with no fingernails, just my finger alone. Also, you'll notice to me how relaxed he is. I think that's a wonderful sign of someone who is performing at a very, very high level, when they can actually perform at this level and seem so calm. That's really another gift to us. Oh, that was wonderful. That was amazing guitar playing. Remember that, to me, even though after all of these years, 50 plus years, I use this as inspiration. I feel like with enough practice, you and I can play like that. It's wonderful to see a guitar that's available to all of us. It's in standard tuning. It's just, well, it comes down to a lot of talent, but also, in addition to that talent, a lot of practice. And you have to admire, even though Mr. Henson may not be in the style of music you like, you have to admire the work he and his bandmates, or he in particular in this case, have put in to play at this level. So thank you so much for watching. Keep practicing and add minutes to your practice. Use this as inspiration to play, and even use this video as a means to how you would play, how you would use personal practice to play. So subscribe. If you like what we're talking about, go to our website and download some things, and we'll see you the next time. Take care. Have a nice day. That's it, Corey. That's all I got. I want to get that.